Let's get going. Hello and welcome back. I am your host, Anthony Martin. Today on Pandering Hour, we're going to be talking about Portugal. Portugal is a southern European country on the Iberian Peninsula, bordering Spain. They also invented the worst goddamn language. I don't like Portuguese. I don't like the language. I'm Mexican. I speak a little Spanish, and I can always tell when someone comes in and they speak Portuguese. Everyone says this. Everyone says this. This is not up for debate. The people of Portugal could be great. But the language is not good. The language is bad, and you should feel bad. My friend Vivian, she's from the Philippines. That's how she feels about Tagalog. Although she is from that country. I'm not from Portugal, but I'm Mexican, so I feel like I get some credit here. So today, we're going to be talking about Portugal. Apparently, they got a soccer team. So we're just getting outside of those countries on the Human Development Index, where we're not like, civil war, famine, and, children dying. And it's closer to like, they have a soccer team. Give them that. They have a soccer team. So let's go to the fun facts. Let's just jump right into the fun facts. 33 fun and interesting facts. The interesting facts are where Portugal founded the first global empire. We're out of the gate running. Okay, first global empire. The Portuguese. First global maritime and commercial empire under the leadership of Henry the Navigator of the 15th century. Let's see a map of that. Hold on. I just want the picture. Okay. So it had a little bit of... Is that Japan? Good God, Quora. Just let me see the picture. Okay, so looks like we got Spain, Portugal. Portugal had South America, and they went over here. They hit up... this is all Portuguese. So they had a bunch of places in Africa, the Middle East, Asia, almost all the way to... What is that? Australia? And then Spain, they had South America and a little bit of... I don't even know what that is. Oh, that must be the Philippines. Okay. So these must have been the guys. These must have been the guys who were cutting off the baby's hands. So early in the podcast, I was doing a story about, I think it was, this would have been like the first, easily within like the first 50. Switzerland. It might have been my third or fourth episode I did on the Human Development Index. So, looking into the Swiss banking system and how come they're neutral? Why are Swiss banks neutral? It's because there were some Spanish dudes who wanted gold, and they would go down to Africa, and they would find these villages, and they would say, "Hey, bring me gold," or they'd kill all the men, rape the women, find the children, and say, "Hey, give me gold, or I'm cutting off your hands or your feet." And yeah, so that's what I know. And let's see if this is about this. First global empire. Poor and small. Oh, pobrecito. Portugal was at the edge of late medieval Europe, but its seafarers created the age of globalization, which continues to this day. The dying years of the 15th century Portugal surprised the world. Vasco da Gama's landfall on the Indian coast of May 1498 was so unexpected that it strained credibility. A garbled rumor reached the Venetian diarist Girolamo Priuli that 3 caravels belonging to the King of Portugal have arrived at Aden and Calicut in India, and that they have been set out to find the Spice Islands, and that their captain is Columbus. His initial response was a mixture of shock and disbelief. This news affects me greatly, if it's true, he wrote. However, I don't give credence to it. Priuli was registering the first reaction to a seismic shift in the comprehension of our planet. Gama's voyage had finally demolished the ancient authority of the Ptolemaic geography, which held the Indian Ocean to be a closed lake. Wow. They get to read the first page for free, but if they don't subscribe, the rest appears in Latin. That's funny. Okay. What was the name of the first empire? Name of... But what was it called? First global empire. Yes, conquerors. How Portugal... I'm trying to figure out how to find my way back to that Google search. Let me see. Portugal historical atrocities. Oh, Portugal. Documentary desanitizes Portugal's past. The heads of enemy soldiers impaled on roadsides, hundreds of prisoners tortured, killed, and dumped in mass graves. Napalm... Okay, well, this is a little too recent. Napalm dropped on jungles where guerrillas sheltered, and grass hut villages scorched with cigarette lighters. These gruesome acts were carried out in Portugal's name 2 generations ago, during its colonial wars in Africa. But for most Portuguese, these events aren't history, they're news. A groundbreaking series aired by public broadcasters Radio Televisão Portuguesa, Radio Televisão Portuguesa, is confronting Portugal with unsettling aspects of its recent history that for decades have been shrouded in silence. The series has become a top-rated primetime program and the most viewed documentary in years, regularly drawing more than 1 million viewers in a country of 10.6 million. So 1%, or not 1%, 10% of people are watching this. People had spoken very little about what happened, said Joaquim Furtado, the Portuguese journalist who created the series. The effect, I think, has been positive. People won't be able to see things in simplistic terms now. Portugal isn't the only European country being forced to address unpalatable aspects of its colonial legacy. 3 years ago, Belgium was shocked by a documentary portraying King Leopold II's brutal 19th century exploitation of what was once the Belgian Congo. In 2002, France had revisited one of its darkest moments in recent past, when a Paris court convicted an aging French general for complicity in justifying war crimes in connection with his best-selling book about atrocities during a 7-year war that ended with Algeria's independence in 1962. Portugal's wars. Well, hold on. In justifying war crimes. Okay. Portugal's wars. Excuse me. Portugal's wars against independence fighters in its 500-year-old African empire erupted in 1961 in Angola. I think I just did Angola, didn't I? In surprise attacks, rebels butchered Portuguese settlers, including women and children, on remote Angolan plantation. In revenge, Portuguese militants and troops carried out a vicious campaign of repression, despite pressure from the United States and United Nations to pull out of Africa. Filmmaker Furtado, a well-known journalist with an almost 40-year career, spent more than 6 months digging up hundreds of hours of film footage and masses of photographs, some never seen in public. Also gathered accounts from war veterans on both sides, many of whom hadn't spoken out. In the former Portuguese colony of Mozambique. The documentary has been greeted with quite satisfaction, but no one calls for an official apology or compensation. Yeah, because they don't want to run it back. Are you kidding me? Think Mozambique could be like, apologize. No, they're going to come down there. Excuse me, with their stupid accent. Excuse me. Let's see. What is the name of this? Footage, Portuguese documentary. About Africa. What is the name of this? It doesn't say. Radio. Yeah, let me try and find this. Portuguese back to Angola, straight to Africa. Okay. Let's see what I can find. This might... Look, hey, I'm editing this. This is original. I am transforming the content. I am transforming the content. I'm transforming the content now. If you're watching this, I want to transform the content. Da 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 da. Okay. So I want to find the old-timey footage that they're talking about. I want to see the pictures of, like, the horrors. I don't care if this guy just talks about it in Portuguese, but, like, what happened? Yeah, see, they're talking to the Portuguese people in the farmer's market. He's like, what? I can't believe this. I cannot believe this happened. I like I like how, as I'm scrolling through, you can see her head going left to right. Look, in the bottom right-hand corner, her head's like da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Angola. Isn't that where it was? Yeah, Angola massacre. Let me see what I can find. Viewers' discretion is advised. So that's a lot of grapes. Okay. Yeah, these guys were not fucking around. There's like a... Ooh, that's the heads of children. Oh boy. I straight up just showed that. If you want to look at my podcast, I just showed the heads of children. The Portuguese and Spain did not fuck around. People like to talk about, like, us as Americans were like, oh, the French, eat your croissants. But those croissants were made with the bodies of dead children, frankly. Like, if you want to know how they made that butter, that's how they made that butter. But yeah, here's like a body schlumped over. Just mass graves. Portuguese. Hold on. Let's go look at the Portuguese women. Portuguese women. Look at these white women. Look at her. Keep the blacks away. You see? Blonde, blue eyes. No, I'm Latina. Yeah, okay. Sure. Sure you are. Oh, there might be a little Angola in this one. And I wonder where they got the brown blood. Let's see. Damn, that's their fucking flag? Are you kidding me? That's the Angolan flag. Get the fuck out of here. It's like, you know, the hammer and sickle? It's a gear and a machete. That's nuts. Angola plantation. I mean, they had plantations. They had goddamn plantations. Oh, this is going back to, like, American stuff. Let's see. Let me get, like, one more. Let me see if I can find, like, one more solid picture. Angola massacre. Maybe napalm? Yeah, they are not fucking around. What is this? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I believe you. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. So yeah, that's that's about 15 minutes about the Portugal's first empire. Did you know? Fun fact, they napalmed children. Fun fact, that word empire comes with a lot. This is not just empire is not a fun word. There are 250 million Portuguese speakers around the world. Good God, we need to lower that number. Portugal, Portugal is one of the oldest nation states in Europe. Yeah. Look at it. You can see the old money all around. Let's find some pictures of Portugal. Look at this old money ass shit. No favelas. There's a castle. There's a fucking castle, man. They got a private water space. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at the luxury. Look at this. I want a mini ocean next to my ocean. The dreamiest. The reason why it's dreamy is because it's fucking impossible to make. Look at these rich fucks. And I still wouldn't be comfortable here. They still don't have AC. Let me see. Hey, at least they have public transportation. Yeah, when everyone's rich, they finally are like, okay, public transportation. We got to get somewhere. Look at your boats. Why millennials are starting over in Portugal? Actually, I do want to know. Tell me. Tell me why. Alexandra Ryan Yavaska wanted to settle down in her childhood home of San Diego, California. Same. I mean, it's not my hometown, but I used to go to San Diego every summer to visit my uncle. But due to the soaring housing costs, the 34-year-old can't afford to live there like her parents. I've been saying this since the first episode. I was like, dude, how are we supposed to live here in this country? I think I'm going to have to go to another country. There we go. There we go. A teacher and public relations professional. Should have picked a better career if you wanted a house. Could be on middle-class salaries. Her childhood home, purchased in 1996 for more than $300,000, is now worth more than $1.2 million. In the summer of 2021, the Vascas moved to Lisbon, Portugal, citing the affordable cost of living and laid-back culture as key reasons. It's liberating to leave America, Alexandra says. Where can you live in the center of city? Wait, where can you live in the center of the city in America and look at the ocean and eat fresh seafood and work in your freelance entrepreneur lifestyle? The Ivascas are a part of a wave of expats and digital nomads settling in Portugal in search of a better life. Yeah, they're fucking ruining it. You can tell. You can tell. She's like, "Excuse me. There's no AC here." The number of foreign citizens living in Portugal is more than almost a million. It's at an all-time high, making up about 7% of the population in 2021. How do Portuguese what? Oh, people feel about Americans? What? No, Americans are not flocking to Portugal. What? Wait, hold on, let me go back. Are the Portuguese friendly to Americans? Yes. Okay. Are Americans welcome? Technically, technically, well, hold on. Technically, you're allowed to enter the country visa-free and stay there for up to 90 days. That's pretty chill. It's pretty chill of them. They cooperate. Okay, so it's a little... Are there a lot? About 7%. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, Portugal is chill. If I want to go there, they're chill. Yet another article has come out saying that Americans are flocking to Portugal in droves, and the expat groups are all in a dither. That's because the vast majority of people in the Facebook expat groups are not yet moved to Portugal. They are in the planning stages, perhaps just in the dreaming stages. That's okay, but these articles coming out saying that Americans are driving up the housing prices, putting Portuguese people out of their homes, and they are afraid that Portuguese people will resent Americans and stop letting us in. Please read that in one breath with your voice becoming progressively higher and more anxious. What? Who is this person? Barbara Grassy? Let's unpack that, shall we? There are probably all sorts of reasons to resent U.S. citizens, starting with our last 50 years. Okay, this person's a fucking idiot. I'm done. I'm done with you. Why many Portuguese people are annoyed with travelers and why they are sometimes right. Yeah, look at this douche. This fucking tech nerd with his kids. He's look at him with his glasses and his pursed lips and his perfect jaw. I ride around on my scooter. Okay. I was having an espresso in my favorite local cafe in the typical Libson neighborhood of Gracia, when two middle-aged foreign men walked in and ordered their own coffee. As with many cafes in Libsyn, the coffee was 70 cents or less. When the men heard how much they were being charged for coffee, they were shocked. What? I'm not being overcharged? That's crazy. I do not know where they were from, but they said to the waitress in English, "This is so cheap. Oh my God. This is so cheap. We pay 4 times this price back home." This might look like a normal situation at first glance. Who does not compare prices when they move from one place to another? Who would not be happy to pay a fraction of the price they normally pay for their purchase? However, on closer inspection, the situation is an example of exactly the kind of behavior which causes locals everywhere to feel some sort of resentment towards travelers everywhere, whether they are tourists or newly arrived expats, are often criticized by locals for their entitled behavior. In fact, it's not uncommon. Why is that entitled behavior? It's not uncommon to encounter a sense of entitlement among travelers. Due to the economic boom Libsyn has experienced in the last few years, the Portuguese capital. Due to the economic boom Libsyn has experienced in the last couple of years, The Portuguese capital has become a hub for digital nomads, foreign students, artists, startup businesses, and tourism. As great as and enriching that is, the daily lives of locals are sometimes compromised as a result. How is that compromised? While the Portuguese people are among the friendliest in Europe, there is an increasing discontent with the behavior of thousands of travelers who come to visit Lisbon every day. There are behaviors that are universally regarded as appalling when committed by travelers anywhere, some behaviors are specifically annoying to Lisbotas, telling locals how cheap everything is. I've seen a few times a North American or North European family telling the waiter how ridiculously cheap the bill is. It is understandable that they are indeed shocked with the prices compared to how much they pay back home for a meal. However, the many Portuguese people, as well as African and Brazilian immigrants, are on a wage of 700 euros a month. 700, what is that? Oh, like $800 a month. That's fucking cheap. Wow. The reason the restaurant bill is so cheap is that these people are paid very little. Also, they probably find the bill expensive for their incomes. Even though travelers might have the best intentions, it does not come across as rubbing it in people's faces. That's entitled. No, the Portuguese people are entitled. They're like, oh, rubbing your money in my face, telling me how you can afford things. You're getting screwed by your country. It's not us. Oh, we're a very rich country. It's like that happens here in America every day. That's why we don't find it offensive. Cuz every day you see someone online or anywhere, people do it right in front of me, or they're like, "Oh, it's only $12 for this bag of coffee." Like a bag of coffee is $12. That's fucking expensive, man. Like a $12 bag of coffee. If I went somewhere else and they're like, it's 50 cents for a bag of coffee beans, I'd be floored. And it's because our country is screwing us, and so is theirs. And listen, I get it. You used to be an empire. We're the top dogs now. That's what it is. It's like if like in 50 years the Patriots don't make it to the Super Bowl. If the Patriots don't make it to the Super Bowl for another 50 years, then they make it there, and then they're like, "Whoa, the Patriots are in the Super Bowl?" And they're like, "Yeah, we get it. We've been to the Super Bowl many times." Ugh. Assuming Portuguese and Spanish are the same thing. You're right. Portuguese is dumber. I'm just going to blow through that. Bestowing holiday spirit upon residential buildings. It is no secret that many houses in central Lisbon have been turned into Airbnbs or short-term rented accommodations for foreigners. This leads to a situation where a building of 6 apartments might have 3 Airbnbs, if not more. The problem with that is that crowds of young people start expressing the holiday spirit in the most annoying ways. Loud music, talking in corridors at 3 a.m., getting drunk in front of the building. While this may be expected at a youth hostel in residential buildings where some people have to wake up at 6 a.m., this may not be welcomed. Yeah, then close down your borders, stupid. Oh, all these people spending their money in my country. Bah. You ungrateful assholes. My neighbor was complaining about how people use the window of her ground floor apartment as an ashtray. Probably the same crowd would not act that way in their own home countries. No, they do. No, Americans are fucking animals. Trust me. I'm an apartment manager. These people suck. Our people suck, man. I've said this a bunch this week. I feel like the world is evil and people are bad. Unfortunately, like, the system sucks. Like, the people in power suck because people are bad. It's almost like would you feel the same way watching Spider-Man? Like, Spider-Man? If you were to watch that movie again, except through this lens. So you're watching Spider-Man or Superman, and the villain comes up. Superman's a better example. So you're watching Superman, and he has to fight Lex Luthor. Whoa. Lex Luthor, and as he's fighting Lex Luthor, he beats him, and then the next guy is also Lex Luthor. Like he turns to Lois Lane, and Lois Lane is also Lex Luthor. Like they're all like it's a whole planet of Lex Luthors. Superman would be like, I gotta burn this planet down. Except Superman is also Lex Luthor. That's how I feel about the world right now. Like we're all just we're all just Lex Luthors. And as much as I want to try and be a, a Superman, a Clark Kent, a good person, is there a point when fucking everyone's bad? Like I just feel like we're doomed. And this is also expressing that doom. They're like, "Oh, would they act this way in their own home countries?" Yeah. Actually, yes. And when you know that, it just makes you feel worse. You're like, "Oh, these people are just disrespect everything." But it's not even disrespect. We just know that everything in our world, at least in America, like smoking in your apartment, oh, well, everything in this apartment can be replaced. They can scrub the walls, take out all the stuff, do a kills. It's just terrible, man. Standing in the way. Libsyn is very beautiful, but no number of pictures would ever capture its uniqueness. The city's older streets are quite narrow, intricate and paved with traditional cobblestones. Why don't we find a flight to Libsyn? Okay, so it's about $2,000. Let's see. View flights. I want a cheap flight. Whoa, $800. Let's go. Let's go fly. Let's fly away. Okay, so we can go fly there. Go down to Lipton and like hang out at the beach and like take the trolley. Let's see a hotel. No, what? This is Austin. Okay. So let's find the cheapest hotel and then let's see the most expensive hotel. This place is pretty expensive. 92 looks like the cheapest one I can find. 2-star hotel. Cheapest is a 2-star hotel? Let's see the reviews. Most helpful. I want to see the lowest score. Okay. Update as well. Update as quoted by the general manager. It is crucial, however, that the comments provide are factual to help fellow travelers. Therefore, facts are we did have a confirmed reservation for 5 from Expedia for 2 adults and 3 children when booking with Expedia. It distinctly lists children as ages 0 to 17 as well as laundry facilities. If I am using a reputable travel service as Expedia, that's your problem. Expedia is not reputable. Expedia fucking blows. So you're stupid, Sonia. I should not have to then search the hotel's website to verify this information. In addition, the GM's response is fabricated and unprofessional as well as downright defamatory. This is why people hate us when we go to other countries. After reading other reviews, this treatment by the GM appears to be a trend for any negative reviews that she receives. This sounds like Expedia screwing over the owner. Okay. But what happened? Please be aware of this hotel. The treatment and experience we endured at this hotel were so deplorable, unaccommodating, unacceptable. We booked this hotel, blah, 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 for 4 nights. This was the only option for our family to be in one room at a time. After arriving to check-in due to travel, the hotel was very unflattering as the pictures from Expedia's site, as well as the hotel's website, depicted a completely different image, a complete misrepresentation. In addition, travel sites indicate laundry facilities in which they do not have, only a pricey service that they contract out. As having never been to Lisbon and not knowing the neighborhoods, we were taken back by all the graffiti and on the adjacent building. The layout of the hotel is very small and bizarre, with an elevator that could not even lift our family and luggage because you're fat. Are you fucking kidding me? We were too heavy for the elevator. No, you're fat. You're fat. Okay? Sonia, you and your family are fat, Sonia. Also, 17, 14, and 14, depending, I've seen some big ass 14-year-olds. I was like 230 pounds at 14. Are you kidding me? But I'm 6'4". I'm 240 now. Like, dude, I was 150 at 17. We were willing to pay the extra bed charge fee, even though we felt that this should have been handled between Expedia and the owner. Well, here's the thing: Expedia is an American company who's going to screw you over, and the hotel is a local business that's not going to budge. However, the way that we were treated, we stated that we were not going to pay an extra bed fee. You just stated you're not going to do that. That's not how it works. The general manager later informed us that after we had checked out, that the night attendant who checked in on us will have to personally pay for the extra person, as he did not request the money from us at the time of check-in. I find this very disturbing and disheartening that management would do this. It's called hospitality. You're not going to have people are just going to do things for you and not be like, now give me the money now. That's how rich people live. You're traveling abroad and you're American. They're going to treat you like this. You're not in America, stupid. From being questioned the first night from staff as to why we're checking out the property, being treated like second-class citizens, you're not in your home country. Having our room key deactivated and not telling us the truth as to why it was deactivated, was told that these things happen, but Nina, the general manager, admitted it was because we hadn't paid the nominal fee for an extra bed or person. Yeah. Sonia, you're a piece of shit. Every employee there is not going to be as knowledgeable as the general manager. And the fact that you keep having to talk to the general manager means that you're a cunt. I'm being very rude. I apologize. I'll watch my language. This experience took up quality family vacation time. Sure. But you should have prepared that ahead of time. Please think twice about staying at this property. It was the worst experience we could have encountered in all of our years of travel. There were multiple of other unpleasant experiences, however. Okay, sure. Let's see what Whoa. That's a big response. We appreciate our guests' feedback. This is from the owner, the general manager. It is crucial, however, that the comments provided are factual to help fellow travelers. Oh! It is unfortunate and sad that this is not the case with your review, which you threatened to write after being abusive and threatening towards our staff, who tried to accommodate your every request. As you're well aware, our Expedia booking was for 4 people. There's no proof of any other type of reservation. However, you requested an extra bed, as you were in fact 5 people. Teenagers, not children. Upon arrival, you were informed regarding an extra person charge, which you adamantly declined to pay for those reasons behind our comprehension. The front office clerk who checked you in was new and felt uneasy to charge you for the extra bed, which you owed considering your unjustified temper at the time. At no point did you object to the so-called misleading pictures or images, which are not, but rather the charge that you were asked to pay for the service you asked to have indeed enjoyed. Please note the hotel offers 2 lifts to our guests for their comfort and convenience. We do not claim to offer laundry facilities, but rather laundry service, easily confirmed online. Even though your reservation was done via Expedia, our director spoke to you directly after you chose to leave. We wish all our guests to feel welcome, experience Libsyn the best way possible. Dude, this person's fucking clapping back. Dude, this is hot. This is hot shit. Let's see. You confirmed your issue was not with the surroundings, but rather you did not appreciate being asked to pay for an extra bed by Sandra, the lady receptionist, that according to you made you feel unsafe and was responsible for your parking accident. What? That made no sense. Wait, what parking accident? What? You confirm? We all wish. What parking accident? What the fuck? She crashed her car too? I bet she was wasted. Um, hold on. That made no sense. She was simply doing her job. The extra bed was a service contracted to the hotel, not to Expedia, so it had to be charged by the hotel directly, similarly to a private car park. You did not confirm that you were going to pay for the You did confirm you were going to pay for the service, but the truth is you never did. Even after being reimbursed by the hotel for the days you did not enjoy the car park and taxes. Regrettably, you were willing to let the new front office clerk who did everything to accommodate you to potentially be liable to pay for you. Note the hotel did not charge him. We can positively state that you were treated by all team members with the utmost professionalism, politeness, and validation for a fault, compassion, and fairness. What we got in return when you spoke to everyone was abusive language, including swearing, a threatening demeanor, which you followed through when you said you were going to write negative reviews to harm the hotel. It did not stop there. Regrettably, you were discriminatory regarding fellow guests that were standing next to you, saying they looked funny. You stated your country, USA, was so much better than ours that Lipson seemed like a dangerous city and that you wanted to go to Casais and other events too uncomfortable to relate here. It is vital to point out that you were never gaslighted nor lectured by anyone. This is a non-refundable reservation, and considering you had checked in already and the room was saved for you, we cannot possibly refund you. Expedia staff was indeed very understanding, and when they spoke to us, they mentioned how relentless and tiring you were being despite their best efforts. It was challenging to make you see reason. We encourage negative feedback by all means, as it is a powerful tool to better ourselves, and welcomed it, but not a spiteful one. We do wish you and your family all the best. Hell yeah! Woo! Let's go, Nina. Damn! This is a terrible hotel, terrible staff, terrible customer service. Instead of a double room, we got the room the size of a closet. The hotel staff refused to solve this problem. Did not explain why this happened. The hotel night stay, a night in the hotel costs £160. The hotel refused to refund the money and refused to solve our problem. We didn't even get an apology. That looks like a normal room. That is a double bed. You're stupid. This person's also stupid. Good service, but the room we stayed in smelled bad and we found a cockroach. Okay. Believe Google when it says 2-star hotel. Yeah, this is also a 2-star hotel. You bring 5 people. Yeah. Let's see the 5-star ones. Second time I stayed here, the first time was so great I came back out, but for this day the room was very small. The staff here are wonderful and I really like the location. Without a shadow of a doubt, best service you can expect. My girlfriend and I booked a romantic experience here, thinking we would be greeted by roses and chocolate the first day and have a nice view. We did, but the romantic greeting followed throughout our stay, which was way above our expectation. All staff we talked to was extremely welcoming and did all they could to accommodate everything. Only downside was that the room we stayed in was a bit small. But that's because, dude, it's Europe. We're fat Americans. I gotta see this hotel now. I'm starting to feel like maybe what's her name had a point. I want to see the website. I'm a little worried. That looks exactly like the room. Okay, that one looks a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's a wall. I mean, yeah, this looks about right. Look, they got a fucking buffet. Oh, dude, look at the buffet. Oh, they got the croissant. Dude, I'm hungry. This is cool. Yeah, this looks like a nice place. For 2 stars, that looks great. $92, that looks fantastic. Okay, let's find like an expensive ass hotel. Let's go. I'm seeing 300. I saw 300 somewhere. 301, 346. Let's go to 346. All right. Let's look at the reviews. Let me pull up the website and then I'll look at the reviews. Okay. Lowest score. 8 months ago. I haven't stayed at this hotel yet, and I'm sure it's lovely. My review here is based purely off the customer service I received from a phone call with staff moments ago. I checked in. The check-in time for my rooms is at 3 p.m. My flight to Lisbon tomorrow arrives at 10 a.m. I simply called to ask if there was a possibility to check in a half 11. Wait, what? Oh, so they want to check in like 2.5, 3 hours early, so I wouldn't be waiting around for hours. I expressed that I was happy to pay for the additional 2 hours. The hotel receptionist suggests that I book the hotel for the night beforehand so I can guarantee the room available at the time I want it. In short, pay an entire day's room fee. Well, yeah, it's a hotel. A 5-star establishment should be working to accommodate. Yeah, this guy's a fucking dickhead. Like, how are you gonna do that? Like, how are you gonna be like, oh, they didn't let me come in early on check-in time? Yeah, because they're probably dealing with someone there. A friend and I made a reservation at this hotel. We sent an email requesting additional information about the car service and never received a response. Based on the lack of customer service and the advice of a friend, we made a reservation with another hotel, canceled the reservation. You didn't respond to my email. 1 star. These people, man. Rich people suck. Especially the dumbasses who want to like go visit. I want to go to Portugal and have paella. I had a tuina massage here today, and the masseur ended my massage early because it was not working for him, despite not mentioning a word before or checking how it was for me. He was very abrupt and rude, and the staff in general were pretty arrogant at the reception as well. The women's changing room had a lot of hair in the drain. Okay. Who is this guy? Who is this lady? It's not. I had a. What is this? Images. Oh, tuina. I don't know what kind of massage this is. No way. That's crazy. This lady had to have done something. Are you kidding me? The masseuse ended the massage early because it's not working for him. You had to have done something, Lydia. Come on. Are you kidding me? Okay. The Luminaires, Libsyn? Okay. Let's see. Is there like a gallery? Yeah. That food looks fantastic. Looks nice. They got a studio. They got a 1-bedroom suite. Look at that kitchen. This place is delightful. Let's see the spa. They got a gym. Oh, dude, look at these. This is something I noticed about other countries. Not a lot of strong people outside of America. What's the deal with that? Dude, thank you, Arnold. Thank you, bodybuilders, for making us just strong. Let me see. Let's see the food. Let's see the food. Rebel Cafe. And the Lumi Rooftop Bar and Restaurant. That's fucking sick. I love it. Cool. All right. We're going to wrap it up talking about their bullshit soccer team. So, Portugal soccer. Lost to the Netherlands. I mean, that's like, if there's proof of any that Spain and Portugal are white people, you lost to Netherlands. Come on. Have you had some Africans in that country? Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. It's the guy. It's the boy. Okay. Um, Portugal Soccer League. What's their... How can I find out their current score? Oh, that's the women's football team. I want, like, the real football team. Women's World Cup. Oh. What about, Portugal men's soccer team? Standings. Portugal's number 2. Okay. I don't know how to read this. I really don't. Their win, draw, loss. 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses in the A2. I don't know what this means. Play a real sport, guys. Come on. I don't really have anything to say about soccer, if I'm being totally honest. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate soccer. I appreciate it. I appreciate that it's a thing that people do and that people play it. And I think a lot of great athletes transition from soccer. Like, it's a good game. It builds up your cardio and your leg strength and your coordination with your feet. I've seen British people do incredibly athletic things with their feet, and then, like, you throw a ball at them and they're like, cheerio, you done hit me in the face. My pounds fell out of my knickers, you know. And it's probably the same with these Portuguese people where they're like, but soccer's just kind of lame. Are there any people like Portuguese fighters? Hey, we have one in the UFC. Oh, this guy was an animal. This guy's Portuguese? He fucking sucks, but he took a million punches. This is the guy that Suga Sean O'Mally fought and just got ruined. Just got ruined. What's this guy's name? Kris Moutinho? Kris Moutinho. Yeah, he was getting wrecked, dude. Let me see. Versus Suga. Getting beat up by a guy named Suga. Oh, man. Let's see this. Let's go wide. And look at the... Oh, beautiful. He just couldn't... He beat him so bad. Like the... Oh... He's still coming forward, still coming forward. Hey, landed a shot. But he's just getting mushed. Mush. Hit him again, Suga. He just wouldn't knock him out. The kid's got heart. Right on the chin. That's a place you don't want to get punched. Let's play that back. So you really don't want to get punched right here. Watch. He's going to hit him. Okay, right here. So he throws that shovel hook, I think that's what that's called, and his left hand is going to come around and hit him right here. Now, right here is a very sensitive area, because when you push right here, your head tweaks like that, and it's not comfortable. It hurts your neck, it rattles your brain, it just hurts. And boom! hits him right there, and that's why it goes down. But he gets right back up. Bam, bam, and he hits him there again. Do you see how? Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful the way he hit him right there. So he goes down, and Suga, he's gonna hit him again once he gets back up. So keep this in mind. Suga Sean O'Mally is gonna rotate around him. He's gonna wrap around, going left, and as he does that, he's gonna hit him with a cross on the chin. And then he's going to hit him with another hook in that same spot he just landed. That's a knockout spot. That hurts real, real bad, all while traveling to the left. All while traveling to the left and wrapping around. So, and 1, 2. You see how good that is? You see how good? So, Kris is his direction, like his, the area where he can apply the best force, he is about 30 to 45 degrees away from Suga. But he did that on purpose. So Suga's really good at angles. Sean O'Mally, he goes in facing him and then moves about 45, almost 60 degrees to his right, delivering big damage. And then he hit him twice again. It's so brutal. And then he kicked him in the same... He's hitting... The right side of this man's face has got to be numb. He kicked him there. He punched him there. This was a historic... Not historic, but this was a sensational performance by both guys. Because it was a... Like, this fight took years off Kris's life. You just know it. You just know it. But this probably put so much fire in his tank. This is Kris Moutinho raising the bar for Portuguese people everywhere. Good for him. Good for Kris Moutinho. I'm going to end it there. Thank you, Kris Moutinho, for your service. Goodbye.